6 hidden signs a woman wants to give herself to you. Psychology tricks. Love is not about possession. It's about appreciation. Osho. She may not voice it directly, but your instincts can already sense it. When a woman is ready to open up to you, there's a shift in the air, a subtle change that your body can feel long before your mind catches up. Too often, men are conditioned to look for overt signs, like flirtation, physical touch, or seductive behavior. These loud signals are easy to notice, which is why many miss the most powerful indicator of all. When a woman is ready to give herself to you, it's not through loud gestures. It's in the quiet space she creates around you, the sense of safety she offers, and the emotional trust she begins to build. True connection is subtle, calm, and rooted in trust, not just passion. Recognizing these signs can make all the difference in understanding her real feelings. 1. Her guard dissolves. The first hidden sign that a woman may want to give herself to you is when her guard dissolves naturally, without any prompting or grand gesture. This moment is subtle and can be easily missed if you're not paying attention. It doesn't come with dramatic confessions or tearful moments. Rather, it shows up in the quiet, everyday instances. Her voice becomes softer, her movements slow down, and she no longer feels the need to impress, entertain, or defend herself. She's not performing anymore. Instead, she's simply being. This shift isn't a sign of weakness. In fact, it's the complete opposite. It's a sign of trust, and in female psychology, trust is one of the rarest and most valuable currencies. A woman who is willing to let her guard down around you is showing you that she feels comfortable in your presence, that she believes you won't judge her or try to manipulate her. This is not something that can be forced or rushed. To truly understand this hidden sign, you need to pay close attention to how she behaves when nothing is happening. When there's silence between you, when the conversation pauses, or when there's no immediate need to fill the air with words, does she stay present? Does she allow the quiet to exist without feeling the need to break it? If she doesn't rush to grab her phone or start talking to fill the space, that's a powerful indication that she feels safe with you. It's not boredom, it's comfort. Her nervous system is telling her, "I'm safe here." This moment of peace is something that many men unknowingly sabotage. They mistake it for an opportunity to escalate things, thinking that silence or stillness is an invitation to make their move. But here's the problem. They lean in too fast, they say too much, they demand clarity, and suddenly, the spell is broken. The moment is lost. What you need to understand is that a woman who truly wants to give herself to you is not looking for pressure. She's not asking for you to escalate things or take control of the situation. Instead, she's looking for permission to relax into the moment with you, to trust you, to let down her walls without fear of being consumed, controlled, or rushed. This is where the subtle magic of female psychology comes into play. A woman who feels safe with you won't be worried about what's next or whether you're going to push for more. She'll simply enjoy the connection, trusting that you're not going to force things to move faster than they should. In these moments, the key is to give her space and time. Don't rush things or demand clarity. Don't make the mistake of thinking that her calmness is a sign that she's ready for more intensity. Instead, recognize it for what it is, a beautiful sign of trust. She's giving you a rare gift, one that many men overlook. She's allowing herself to be vulnerable, showing you that she feels comfortable in your presence. That is a huge step, and you must respect it. Most men, unfortunately, get this part wrong. They misinterpret comfort for an invitation to move forward faster, and in doing so, they destroy the connection before it can deepen. Remember, the key to understanding how to fall in love and create a meaningful relationship lies not in pushing harder, but in being patient, attentive, and respectful of her pace. Recognize the power of a woman's silence and trust in these moments of comfort. These quiet, unspoken interactions are where deep intimacy is built, and they're far more significant than any overt declaration of interest. So, here's what you need to do. Don't rush. Don't try to force anything. If she's comfortable in the silence, allow that to exist. Show her that you're not in a hurry, that you're content with letting things unfold naturally. You must understand that a woman doesn't want to be pressured. What she craves is permission to relax into the connection, to feel like she's not being pushed into something she's not ready for. This is where the magic lies. You don't need to make big moves or dramatic gestures to win her over. What she really wants is for you to be present, to be patient, and to give her the space she needs to feel safe with you. By truly understanding female psychology and how to make a woman feel comfortable in your presence, you'll unlock the door to a deeper connection. The most profound moments of intimacy are often the quietest ones, the moments where both of you are simply existing together in peace. You must learn to recognize these moments for what they are, expressions of trust and comfort that can lay the foundation for something much deeper. So, take a step back when the time calls for it. Let her guard down at her own pace. Trust that if you give her the space she needs, she will come closer to you on her own. That is the key to understanding how to fall in love in the most genuine, authentic way. 2. Revealing vulnerability. Here's something that many men overlook when it comes to attracting women and building a lasting connection: vulnerability. When a woman trusts you deeply, she starts revealing parts of herself she usually keeps hidden. Not her achievements or highlights, but the parts of her that others rarely get to see. The parts that aren't polished or perfect, the contradictions, the doubts, the things she usually edits out when she's in front of others. She might say something like, "I don't usually tell people this," or "This might sound stupid," but don't ignore these lines. They're not throwaways. They're invitations, doorways that lead into a deeper, more honest part of her. And here's where most men go wrong. If you respond with judgment, criticism, or the urge to fix things, she'll close those doors forever. It's not just a missed opportunity. It's a red flag that you failed to create the emotional space she craves. Now, if you want to know how to attract women and really make them feel connected to you, you must learn how to respond differently. When she reveals these vulnerable parts, don't rush to solve or judge. Don't interrupt. Don't act superior. Simply listen and give her the space to be vulnerable without fear of criticism. When you do this, something profound happens. She begins to associate you with emotional relief, with peace, with grounding. You become her safe place. And this is key to building a genuine connection. It's no longer just about chemistry. It's about attachment. It's about trust, respect, and emotional intimacy, which are the cornerstones of any deep relationship. You must understand that revealing vulnerability is an emotional currency that a high-value man knows how to handle with care. The high-value man doesn't shy away from showing his own imperfections, and he creates a space where a woman can feel comfortable showing hers. When a woman feels emotionally safe enough to share her vulnerabilities, it's because she's beginning to see you as someone worthy of her trust, and this is where real attraction, the kind that lasts, is formed. Another layer to this sign is how she reacts to your own imperfections. When a woman is only mildly interested, she may be hyper-focused on your mistakes. She might judge you for any flaws or slip-ups. But when she genuinely wants to give herself to you, things change. She starts to absorb your imperfections. She doesn't flinch when you show uncertainty or vulnerability. She doesn't use your honesty against you later on. She doesn't weaponize your weaknesses in arguments. Instead, she leans in closer. Why? Because your openness gives her permission to be human too. You're creating an environment where both of you can be raw, authentic, and vulnerable without fear of rejection. That is the power of masculine energy at its best: strong, yet tender, confident, yet understanding. In fact, you must understand this critical point. Vulnerability is not a weakness. It's a strength. It takes real strength to show someone your true self, the messy, imperfect parts of you that you usually hide away from the world. When you show up as your authentic self, without pretending or hiding behind a mask, it gives her the freedom to do the same. She doesn't have to be perfect to be loved or accepted by you. And that's when attraction deepens into something more profound, something more real. Attraction between a high-value man and a woman is not about pretending to be someone you're not. It's about showing up as the most genuine version of yourself. It's about being comfortable in your own skin and allowing her to do the same. When she sees that you accept your own flaws and are secure enough to reveal them, she feels empowered to be open and honest with you in return. You create a space where her vulnerabilities don't just stay safe, they become a bond that strengthens your connection. This, my friend, is where the magic happens. So, you must learn to embrace your imperfections. Don't shy away from showing them. Be open about your doubts, your fears, and even your mistakes. This doesn't make you weak. It makes you real. And it makes you magnetic. A woman who sees you being emotionally authentic will feel safer and more drawn to you. She won't flinch at your vulnerability. She'll lean in. She'll want to open up too. And when she does, it's a sign that your emotional connection is deepening into something meaningful. This is the kind of emotional maturity that attracts women on a level that's far beyond physical chemistry. This is the kind of connection that creates attachment, a bond that doesn't fade with time. You're building something solid, something that's grounded in trust and understanding. And when you create this emotional safety, when she feels like she can be herself without fear of judgment, that's when she starts to give herself to you completely. You become her person, the one she can trust, the one who sees her for who she truly is, flaws and all. In conclusion, be the kind of man who can hold space for a woman's vulnerability without judgment. Show her that her imperfections are not just accepted, but valued. Don't be afraid to show your own vulnerabilities either. You must let her know that it's safe to be herself around you. By embracing vulnerability, you create a connection that is not only attractive but also lasting. When you lead with vulnerability, you're not just attracting women, you're building emotional intimacy that has the potential to last a lifetime. So, step into your masculine energy, embrace your flaws, and let her do the same. The result will be a deep, unshakable bond that goes beyond anything you could have imagined. If you're ready to unlock the real connection that attracts women deeply, drop a comment right now. I embrace vulnerability with confidence. Like this video, subscribe for more insights into mastering the art of attraction, and remind yourself, true strength is in showing your true self. 3. Stability over perfection. Many men make the mistake of thinking that emotional distance is a sign of strength. They believe that the more detached and aloof they seem, the more desirable they become. But the reality is, emotional distance isn't strength, it's insecurity. True emotional mastery goes much deeper. It is about being grounded in who you are, emotionally steady, and able to be vulnerable without collapsing under pressure. A man who masters his emotions doesn't need constant validation or reassurance. He doesn't beg for attention or strive for perfection. Instead, he radiates calm and self-assurance. Women are not attracted to men because they are flawless. They are drawn to men who are stable. Stability is magnetic. It's the rock in a world full of uncertainty, and it speaks volumes more than perfection ever could. It's that quiet strength that comes from knowing who you are and being secure in your own skin. The truth is, stability doesn't shout. It doesn't demand attention or try to prove itself. It simply exists quietly and powerfully. If you've ever noticed a woman becoming more at ease around you over time, her laughter softer, her words slower, her silence more comfortable, you are witnessing the power of emotional stability. She is not losing interest in you. On the contrary, she is losing the fear that once held her back. Fear is the greatest barrier to true intimacy. Fear prevents her from fully opening up. It stands between curiosity and surrender. But when she feels safe, secure, and emotionally supported, she begins to shed that fear, little by little. This is a sign that most men overlook. They get caught up in the desperate need to be chosen, thinking they have to chase perfection or perform grand gestures to win her affection. But the man who understands the power of emotional stability is the one who naturally becomes the man she chooses, often without even realizing it. This is not some superficial attraction. It's a deep, subconscious shift that occurs when a woman feels she can trust a man to be emotionally steady and secure, no matter the situation. This is where true power lies, and it's rooted in the ancient wisdom of Stoicism. As the Stoics taught us, the external world is often chaotic and unpredictable, but our internal world is where we have control. We can control our emotions, our reactions, and our mindset. A man who can do this will always stand out. The greatest victory is the one over oneself, said the Stoic philosopher Epictetus. In relationships, mastering your own emotions is the ultimate victory. In modern life, this principle has never been more important. Men today are bombarded with distractions and unrealistic expectations, often leading them to believe that they need to be perfect or perform grand acts to gain attention. They chase superficial goals and external validation, constantly worried about being judged. But the truth is, women are not looking for perfection. They are looking for stability, for a man who can hold his ground in the face of life's challenges. The man who shows he can weather the storms of life with grace and emotional control is the man who wins, without ever having to try. This is where the ancient practice of Stoicism becomes incredibly relevant. The Stoics understood that life is unpredictable and that true strength lies in how we respond to that unpredictability. The impediment to action advances action, said Marcus Aurelius. This means that the challenges we face are not obstacles, they are opportunities for growth. If you can face emotional challenges without being overwhelmed, you'll become a beacon of strength and reliability in the eyes of others. The power of emotional stability is timeless. It is as true today as it was in ancient times. A man who embodies Stoic wisdom, who is emotionally grounded, who masters his emotions, and who remains calm in the face of adversity, becomes the one who is naturally chosen. He doesn't need to prove anything. His actions speak louder than words. The irony is that, by focusing on mastering yourself, you become more attractive without even trying. The iron mind, a Stoic principle, teaches that only by controlling your emotions and thoughts can you truly lead a powerful, fulfilling life. In relationships, this means being the one who can stay calm when the world around you is falling apart. It's about being the rock she can lean on when things get tough, knowing that you have the emotional resilience to handle whatever comes your way. So, what does this mean for you in practical terms? Stop focusing on trying to be perfect. Stop chasing validation or worrying about whether she'll choose you. Instead, focus on strengthening your emotional foundation. Cultivate an iron mind, one that is impervious to fear and uncertainty. Focus on being emotionally steady, calm, and grounded. The next time you're in a relationship, remember that it's not your flaws or your perfection that will make her fall for you. It's your stability. It's how you handle stress, how you manage your emotions, and how you remain strong when the world feels chaotic. Stability, grounded in the wisdom of Stoicism, is the key. It's what wins. As the Stoics teach us, Stoicism wins. True power lies in emotional control, in mastering yourself and your emotions. You are not here to be perfect, but to be stable, and that is where your true strength lies. In conclusion, stop trying to be someone you're not. Embrace your true self. Master your emotions and become emotionally grounded. In a world full of noise and distraction, emotional stability will always stand out. And as you master this, you'll naturally become the man she chooses, the one who radiates strength, confidence, and calm. That's the power of stability, the power of Stoic wisdom, and the power of an iron mind. And that's what truly wins in the end. 4. Influence, not control. When it comes to understanding female psychology, especially the subtle cues that indicate a woman is open to giving herself to you, one of the most important things you must know is the power of influence, not control. And this is exactly why many men who aren't attuned to the intricacies of female psychology often miss it. You see, she begins to let you influence her decisions, not because you demanded it, but because she genuinely wants to. This isn't about obedience, it's about alignment. Women are not seeking to be controlled, but they want someone whose opinions and actions resonate with them on a deeper level. When she lets you into her world in this way, it's because she respects your judgment and values what you bring to the table, not because she feels obligated. When a woman is ready to give herself to you, she starts factoring you into her internal world, which goes far beyond merely including you in her schedule. She might ask, "What do you think about this?" on topics that don't even directly affect you, her career, her relationships, even the small things like what she should wear or what to order at a restaurant. Now, most men might hear this and assume she's asking for control, but that's not it at all. She's asking for respect. She's giving you a voice in her decision-making process, and this is a signal that she values your opinion. If she didn't, she wouldn't be inviting you into that space. What you must understand is that women are constantly bombarded with advice, opinions, and suggestions from people around them. What they're really searching for is clarity, clarity that comes from someone grounded, confident, and emotionally safe. This is where psychology tricks really come into play. When she sees that clarity in you, that inner calm and confidence, she leans into it. It's not about dominating her thoughts or making decisions for her. It's about guiding her, offering your perspective in a way that feels supportive and empowering. Here's where so many men get it wrong. They misinterpret this sign as an opportunity to control. Instead of providing guidance, they become rigid, demanding, or directive, thinking they're asserting their masculinity. But control will never spark attraction. If you start issuing commands instead of offering suggestions, if you make her feel like her autonomy is shrinking, her desire for you will evaporate. In fact, she'll start to pull away. Women need to feel like they have the freedom to make their own choices. Influence must feel optional to her. When she can consider your input and walk away from it without fear of punishment, and when you remain calm and centered no matter what she decides, something powerful happens. Her trust in you deepens, and she sees you as a stable, secure presence. Her respect for you grows, and with that respect, her emotional connection to you becomes stronger. The key here is to understand the difference between influence and control. Influence is about guidance and respect, not manipulation. When a woman asks for your opinion, it's not a test of your dominance, but an invitation to share in her world. If you come from a place of genuine care, offering thoughtful suggestions rather than commands, you're showing her that you are someone who can be trusted. The psychology tricks here are simple. Stay grounded, be emotionally secure, and remain calm when your advice isn't taken immediately. This shows your masculinity is not fragile, and that, in itself, is incredibly attractive. Women respect men who stand firm without needing to push or force their will. Remember, female psychology is about trust and emotional safety. When she feels secure with you, she will naturally want to open up to you more, share her thoughts, and incorporate your input into her decisions. But if you act as though you need to control the situation, she'll quickly withdraw. So always keep this in mind. Don't seek control, seek influence through clarity, respect, and emotional stability. Your role is not to dominate her choices, but to offer her a space where she can make decisions with your thoughtful input by her side. That is the path to deeper trust, intimacy, and love. In the realm of how to fall in love with a woman, it's not about tricking her or forcing her to submit to your will. It's about understanding the delicate balance between influence and control. When you learn this, when you become the grounded, emotionally safe person she turns to for guidance, you'll see how powerful and profound the connection can become. If you found this insightful, comment below and share it with someone who could benefit. Don't forget to subscribe for more powerful wisdom. Comment to remember, true influence comes from respect, not control. 5. Emotional generosity and support. When a woman wants to give herself to you, it's not just about attraction, it's about trust, emotional security, and psychological connection. One of the most powerful signs she shows you is through her emotional generosity and support. And here's the thing, this isn't something that can be faked or forced. It's a natural response when she feels anchored and safe in your presence. Her emotional state begins to align with yours. If you're calm, she calms down. If you need space, she gives it to you without panic or hesitation. This isn't indifference. This is security. You see, a woman doesn't just want a man who can physically protect her or provide for her. She wants someone who can hold her psychologically. This means she wants to know that when her emotions run high, you won't be overwhelmed. When she feels uncertain or vulnerable, she doesn't have to fear that you'll run away. Instead, she feels anchored by your masculine energy, your grounded presence. When a woman is secure in your ability to handle her emotional world, she starts to open up. She no longer chases validation because she's emotionally anchored in you. This is how high value men attract women. They're emotionally stable, steady, and grounded in their masculinity. This allows her to feel safe, supported, and understood. Don't mistake this calm demeanor for indifference. It's quite the opposite. It's a reflection of how deeply she trusts you and how much she's willing to invest in the relationship. Women who want to give themselves to a man need to feel that he is not only confident in handling life's challenges, but also emotionally available to handle her highs and lows. If she can be vulnerable around you, knowing her vulnerability won't scare you away. She feels that sense of emotional freedom that allows her to give herself completely. That's the kind of relationship that creates deep emotional bonds and attracts intimacy. Now, let's dive into how this emotional generosity is reflected in how she handles disagreements with you. Pay close attention to this, because it's one of the clearest signs of her emotional investment. When a woman wants to give herself to you, she doesn't view disagreements as battles to win. She doesn't try to conquer you with her point of view. Instead, she seeks understanding. Her tone softens when she disagrees. Instead of raising her voice or resorting to attack, she'll explain her feelings calmly, aiming to bridge the gap between the two of you. She's focused on the connection, not her ego. The way she communicates during disagreements shows how much she values the relationship and how willing she is to navigate challenges with you. She doesn't shut down or explode when things get tense. She stays present, even if the conversation is difficult. And that's because she's invested in you and the connection you share. This is what sets her apart from women who aren't willing to open up emotionally. She's not interested in just having a surface-level connection. She wants something deeper, something real. A woman who is emotionally generous and supportive shows you she's committed to the relationship, and this is key to attracting women who are ready for something meaningful. If you're a high-value man, you must understand that emotional generosity is about being a safe harbor. It's about providing a space where she feels understood and respected. You don't have to fix everything. You don't have to be perfect. What she needs is a man who is present and calm, a man who can hold space for her emotions without judgment or fear. This is how you build a deep connection, one where both partners feel secure and valued. Here's a key to remember. When a woman feels emotionally anchored in you, her energy shifts. She becomes more open, more relaxed, and more invested in the relationship. She doesn't feel the need to chase after validation because she already knows she is seen, heard, and valued. This shift is critical in making a woman feel comfortable enough to truly give herself to you, emotionally and mentally. And this is how you, as a man, can step into your masculine energy by being a rock she can rely on, by showing up consistently, and by demonstrating emotional strength. The next time you find yourself in a disagreement with her, pay attention to how she reacts. Is she trying to win? Or is she trying to be understood? A woman who wants to give herself to you will choose understanding over winning. She will choose connection over ego. This is the hallmark of emotional generosity. And if you respond to her in a calm, grounded way, showing your own emotional clarity, you're not only creating a safe space for her, but also deepening the bond you share. She'll be drawn to you because of your steadiness, your emotional maturity, and your ability to hold her when things get tough. This emotional generosity and support are not just about making her feel good in the moment. It's about creating the foundation for a long-lasting, secure relationship. As a high-value man, you must embody this emotional strength. Women are not looking for perfection. They are looking for someone they can trust, someone who can handle the ups and downs of life with grace and stability. When you can show her that you are a man who can handle not only the external pressures of life, but also her emotional world, she will open up to you in ways that will make the relationship stronger, deeper, and more fulfilling. So remember this. You must be the rock she can lean on. Stay calm, stay grounded, and be emotionally available. That's how you create the space for her to be emotionally generous and supportive in return. This is how you attract women, how you build trust, and how you create a connection that's both meaningful and lasting. 6. Surrender and emotional safety. When a woman is interested in giving herself to you, She will subtly test your emotional strength, but not through manipulation. She'll provide contrast, creating moments where she steps back or challenges your beliefs. These are not attempts to trap you, but instead to measure your emotional stability. She might express insecurities or fears, observing how you respond. Are you reactive, defensive, or are you grounded and calm? Do you stay true to yourself, or do you collapse under pressure? The way you handle these moments is crucial. If you fail, she won't retaliate. She will simply stop opening up to you. But if you pass the test by remaining calm, honest, and self contained, her attraction evolves into something deeper, devotion. There's also a powerful, quieter indicator of her growing feelings, how she talks about you when you're not around. If she often says things like, he would say, or he thinks, you've made an impact. You've entered her internal dialogue, and that's not flirting, it's bonding. She's carrying your presence with her even when you're absent. Your values echo in her decisions, and your influence extends beyond the moments you share. This is where attachment forms. It doesn't happen through intensity or grand gestures, but through the consistency of your actions. It's in the steadiness of your emotional composure and your ability to stay true to who you are, no matter the circumstances. This is a key lesson drawn from the Old Stoic wisdom, where emotional control and self-reliance are central principles. A Stoic mind is unshaken by external forces. Similarly, when a woman tests you, she's not trying to manipulate you, she's testing your emotional iron mind. She wants to see if you can maintain your composure and remain consistent in your behavior. If you pass this test, you'll notice her trust and devotion growing. It's the steady, quiet power of emotional strength that builds attachment over time. Men often misunderstand this phase. They expect intensity, fireworks, or obvious signs of affection. But in truth, women show their attraction through subtler, quieter actions. It's about how you stay grounded, how you remain yourself when she pulls back or challenges you. It's about understanding that her tests aren't about rejection, they're about measuring your capacity for emotional resilience. And once you've passed this phase, she'll feel a deeper connection to you than just physical attraction. In modern life, this lesson is more crucial than ever. Our world often pushes for quick results, instant gratification, and momentary victories. But the true path to deep relationships is found in the consistency of your emotional maturity. It's about remaining calm when faced with challenges and not being swayed by temporary fears or doubts. Women are looking for men who are grounded, who have mastered their emotions and maintain their integrity under pressure. This is how you build trust and, ultimately, attachment. This ties back to the philosophy of Stoicism, where victory lies not in winning every battle, but in the strength to remain calm and composed in every situation. A Stoic mind understands that life is full of tests of ourselves, of others, and of relationships. The key is emotional control and maintaining your integrity. This is how you win, how you master your life. If you can remain steady, honest, and true to yourself in every moment, you will earn the devotion of those around you, and especially the woman who wants to give herself to you. Remember, attachment forms through consistency, not intensity. Your ability to stay grounded, calm, and true to your values is what will make a woman feel safe to open up and trust you. She's not looking for perfection, but for someone who is emotionally secure and capable of weathering the storms that life throws their way. Master your emotions, pass the tests, and you'll find yourself on a path to deeper, more meaningful connections. Just as the Old Stoic wisdom teaches us, the key to success in life and in relationships is in mastering the iron mind. Hey everyone, thank you so much for sticking around until the end of the video. If you found these signs and insights helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video with a friend who needs to hear it. This is something most men were never taught, and by sharing it, you could help someone avoid making the same mistakes. Here's the thing, true emotional connection isn't about chasing, convincing, or trying to change someone. It's about being grounded, being emotionally centered, and consistently showing up as the man who doesn't need external validation to feel whole. It's about creating a space where she feels safe, safe to be vulnerable, safe to be honest, and safe to just be herself. When you show up like that, it's not about making someone give themselves to you. It's about letting the relationship grow naturally, without pressure, without force, and without regret. You see, women move toward the men who make them feel like they can be slow, they can be uncertain, and they can be deeply themselves without fear of judgment. Men who get this don't chase intimacy. They allow it, and that's how you build a real, genuine connection. Your emotional posture, the way you handle silence, your response to vulnerability, and how you show up when she's uncertain creates that safety. And it's that safety that makes her feel comfortable enough to give herself to you, not because she was convinced, but because she genuinely wanted to. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these signs have you felt before but never fully recognized until now? Maybe something just clicked for you today. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so drop them in the comments below. I'll be reading through them and responding to as many as I can. And if this video resonated with you, be sure to like, subscribe, and share it with a friend who might need to hear it. We're all in this journey together, and the more we understand about these deep psychological truths, the better we become in our relationships. Thank you again for watching. Stay grounded, stay centered, and I'll catch you in the next video with more insights that will help you build the relationships you deserve. Take care.